Yeah, so going into this year's upfront and really moving from testing to full transaction on a multi-currency world, what we have done is we've spent the last year plus working to help our clients understand the methodology, understand the data workflow, and then understand and support from a sales perspective, from a full ad sales perspective. And what we're seeing is clients are shifting more now than ever before from standard national linear to cross-platform to advanced audiences and mixing and matching across all platforms.
So the thing is, I think this conversation around the multi-currency transition, it often centers on changes at the high level, at sort of a strategic level. But at the end of the day, this is a hands-on keys transition. On the buy side, the traders have to trade differently. On the sell side, the sellers have to sort of input information differently. What are how are you working to support kind of the hands-on keys people in this transition?
I think there are two key areas that we work to support. The first is with the research teams, programming research, ad sales research. We have to make sure they're comfortable with the metrics we're providing, with the methodology that supports it. And then we also have to work with the ad sales teams directly to say, here's how you can sell on different forms of data. Sort of throw out the old way of thinking, be creative. Here's what our data provides in levels of granularity, in levels of reporting that some clients may have never even seen before.
So I think one of the other conversations around one of the other sort of challenges around the multi-currency conversation is that it centers very much on a national sales level, but your team works with sort of local media sellers. So what's the local POV on this multi-currency transition? How is it going for them?
So I think we're seeing a greater shift in local than ever before. And recently, Frank Comerford at NBCU announced NBCU will be shifting entirely to Comscore first for local transaction. And when we see movement like that, it comes down to Comscore is providing incredibly granular and stable results at the local level. And when we talk about Comscore's methodology, we have a singular methodology that starts at the local level and rolls up to the national. And that is a completely different way to measure linear than has ever been done before. And one of the key aspects that we've rolled out in the last couple of months is what we call Comscore Pulse. And that is 48-hour reporting. And that is available from a national perspective, all national cable networks, national broadcast, and local. It's 48-hour reporting in every market for every station. And when you think about that level of fast, granular data, it really hasn't existed before. So part of our team's work is to remind clients, this is more data than you've ever seen, and faster. And sometimes there's almost this overwhelming sense of like, this is more data than I've ever seen. But the way that clients are leaning into that, and then the way that we help support their sales teams to say, give us an example, give us an advertiser you're trying to work with, that you're trying to convert. Let us help you build a story. Let us show you how you can make money by transacting on Comscore. And we've seen AEs across local station groups really leaning into that model, saying, you're gonna help me make more money? Let's go. And it's working. And I think that we've really seen some incredible results lately.
I guess my last question would be, why do you think the focus has always been so much on the national? I mean, obviously there's money and concerns about that, but the local market is huge. Why do you feel like it's been kind of forgotten in the past?
I think that there aren't as many players in the local space. That's really where Comscore leads in terms of an alternative currency. And I think from our perspective, we have been, talking about it quite a bit, but change is hard, and change requires building the pipes and changing entire workflows. And I think that a lot of that work has been done behind the scenes. And now with announcements like the NBCU announcement, we're really seeing that start to come out more.